but actually no one's going to feel enthusiastic about politicians until they give you a chance in government. Actually, opposition leaders, political leaders who are not in power, can create excitement. They can instill inspiration sometimes from time to time. And on the substance of it, we heard from voters, they're not quite sure what Keir Starmer stands for. I mean, I'll read you one young voter, Johnny. I don't know what he believes. I think everything he says is to try and win the majority over. And after years in the job, why is it that people don't know what he stands for?
Well, look, you have to fight for hearing in opposition. We understand that. But if you think about the clear positions Keir has taken, I mean, saying you're going to abolish the super tax regime, the non-dom regime, and put that money to the health service, I think that is a clear choice. Saying you're going to change the taxation of private education to put that money into state education, that is a clear choice. Saying you're going to build homes and override the people who say you shouldn't build homes around here, that is a clear choice.
And saying you're going to spend 28 billion on clean energy and green projects and saying, actually, no, then you might not spend 28 billion on green projects and creating jobs, that's not creating certainty.
Sure,
that's creating a lot of confusion.
Yeah, people understand our ambition there is absolutely clear. How much you can spend on anything is determined by the health of the economy, and whoever wins the next election, the inheritance doesn't look very good, to be frank. And of course, we have been very clear. We feel the fiscal rules we put forward, essentially wanting to see debt fall by the end of a parliament, that governs those decisions, not because we're not ambitious, but because if you don't have that discipline, you end up again like Liz Truss, false promises to people.
There's something more than that, though, isn't there? Because Keir Starmer has also dropped a whole host of pledges that he made in his leadership campaign. We've discussed them in this studio lots of times. And he's changed his mind on how fast he would bring in that £28 billion a year of investment. Now, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing for him to change his mind, do you accept that it has created that perception for some people that he doesn't quite know what he's about? He changes his mind all the time, and therefore they're not quite sure.
Well, look, I think we've got some very clear positions. I think circumstances do change, and particularly the health of the public finances, the cost of borrowing, that did change remarkably in the last few years. So you've got no choice in opposition but to reflect on that and therefore put your programme forward, because, again, people don't want promises they don't think that can be delivered.